Alright guys, so in this video I want to talk about how you use indicators when trading the Forex market or any market for that. What you first have to realize when it comes to indicators is this. Your indicators are never wrong. They're never wrong because what they do is simply indicate and they give you confirmation or confidence that what you feel is about to happen in the market could actually take place, right? So they are never wrong because what indicators are simple mathematic equations that play out over time or from time to time in the Forex market or any market for that matter. So your indicators are never wrong. What you have to realize is that there are certain times that you use indicators. You also have to realize that which indicators would be most useful to you based on your trading style, and you also have to realize, how the indicators work. Or you have to understand your indicators, what they're there for, and actually how the indicators work. So for me, I like to use a few indicators on my charts while trading because it simply enhances my trading. It gives me more confidence to take the trade, and it also puts me in a position where my trades they become higher probability trades based off me using the indicators combined with the price. Okay. Now, also remember, guys, that price is the ultimate indicator on the chart. Okay. So indicators, trading indicators do not work without price because price is actually what moves the indicators. Okay. Price makes your indicators indicate in a sense. Without price, the indicators, they would just simply sit on the chart and do nothing. Okay. So ultimately, the best indicator that you're ever going to have is what is price and what price is doing. Basically, you want to just use your indicators to confirm what you believe price is doing. All right, hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to show you guys a few examples. I'm not going to make this video too long, but I'm going to show you guys a few examples of what I mean by how price is what moves the indicators, and you simply use the indicators to confirm what you feel is already happening in the market based on what price is doing. Okay, so let's go over the indicators that I use when I trade new level. The first indicator that I use is this 200 period moving average. Okay, the 200 period moving average gives a overall direction of the market, and I like to say the 200 period moving average is irrespectful of pullbacks in the market, right? So what it shows is the big trend, the big move in the market, what the price is doing overall. I also use a 36 period moving average. Some people like to use 50 period moving average. I just find the 36 period moving average, it hugs the price a little bit closer, and price has a tendency to always want to pull back to the 36 period moving average, especially when you trade on a larger time frame. So you can see right here where price moved back, price came back to the 36, price comes back to the 36 right here. And it peels off in the direction of the overall trend, which is shown by the 200 period moving average. So that's what I mean by, guys, understanding what the indicators are there for. What are you looking for when it comes to how the indicators can help you, right? Though price pulls back to the 36 period moving average, because price is pulling back to the 36 period moving average isn't the only reason why I would take a trade in the overall direction of the market, which is shown by the 200 period moving average. Okay. All right. That's enough of the moving averages. The other indicator that I use on my chart is these lines in the background. You see what they're support and resistance lines. They just show past support and resistance. This is also an indicator that I use for point zero trading. It's their support and resistance indicator. It's got some highlights on the indicator where it shows how long a particular line may have been support and resistance. I just keep the labels on the chart. These colors differentiate the importance of the lines. The thickness of the line differentiates the importance of the line as well. So again, that speaks to understanding what the indicator is for. Okay. And then lastly, I use a momentum indicator. Now, when it comes to momentum indicators, you can use any indicator that you're comfortable with, right? Some people use the RSI, some people use the momentum indicator, some people use the stochastic, which I use. I also use a different variation of the stochastic indicator on my chart sometimes. So if you look at other videos, you may see a different momentum indicator. But whatever indicator that you use, I stress that you guys really, understand what the indicator is used for and how the indicator works. Okay? Now, so let's look at a couple potential trade setups so I can show you guys why I use indicators in my trading. And it's going to be really simple. And what indicators do, they give you a higher probability that your trades are going to actually work out for you. Okay? So let's look at the Euro USD. I use this chart a lot because it's commonly paired, it's commonly traded by a lot of Forex traders. So let's look at the Euro USD. All right, so check one, and this could be part of your trading plan, right? So check one. So I want to always trade in the direction of the 200 period moving average because it shows me the overall direction of the market. And the way you use the 200 period moving average is simple. If price is trading below the 200 period moving average, you're looking for sales. If price trades above the 200 period moving average, you're looking for buys. Okay? Really simple. Since this price prior to this setup right here is trading below the 200, then I'll be looking for a sales setup. Okay? All right. So now let's look at the 36 period moving average. So what I would like to see is price to come back into the 36 period moving average and peel off. Now it can go a little bit higher than the 36 period moving average because the 200 period moving average also is going to act as dynamic support and resistance depending on the way that you're supposed to be trading the market. So it came back to the 36. Sometimes it overruns it, but you can see it's held by this 200 period moving average, right? So once I get in this area right here, let me highlight this area. So once I'm in this area right here, I know I'm looking for a sales setup, okay? Now, what's also going to help me is this. I am at a level of resistance right here. This is a resistance level here, and there's a resistance level here. So when price comes up to these resistance levels, these support and resistance levels, I should say, price has a tendency to react at these levels, right? So let's backtrack a little bit. Let's backtrack. You can see price came down to this level right here of support and it peeled off. You can see price came up right here and this level was resistance this time and it peeled off that way. So price has a tendency to react to the support and resistance levels. Now, when it comes to this particular trade setup, you can see price came up to the support, to the resistance level right here, because when it's coming up, it's a resistance level. So when it's bouncing off, it's considered a support level, right? So price came up to this resistance level right here, and so I would expect price to begin to do something here. It's going to react, right? I can see this momentum candle right here got a little bit weaker. Thus, I knew that I had a potential sell setup in this area right here. Okay, so again, to recap, 200 period moving averages trading down, looking for sales, comes back into the 36, and you're at a level of resistance, right? So what I also want to look at is my last indicator that I use to make trading decisions is this momentum indicator right here, right? So when price crosses below the 80% line right here, I'm looking for sales because what this is showing me is momentum has gone back to the downside. Momentum is getting weaker, right? So momentum is showing that price wants to fall right here, right? There's also some things going on here in terms of divergence, but we won't go that far into this video. That's what we'll say that for a separate video. But you can tell overall momentum has gotten weaker here, and price and momentum has changed, right? It wants to go trade to the downside. So that will give me more confidence to go into a sell trade. And as you can see, if I would have taken a sell trade here, how that sell would have turned out. of course we would have hit our take profit, because I would have probably traded it to this level, that level, or this level right here, because now you're getting into support, right? So you can tell how this trade would have turned out. Okay, so let's look at another example. Let's clean the chart up, right? Let's go, as a matter of fact, let's go to another, let's put on another pair. Let's go with the Euro NZD. All right, I'm just picking pairs out of thin air. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame instead of the daily time frame. All right, and as you guys can see, trading, when you're using your, when you have a trading plan, right? The trading plan is simply things that you look for in your trade in order for you to take a trade. So it can be a simple algorithm that you came up with, that you've written down, and everything has to check out prior to you taking a trade. Okay? So let's go back through the trading scenario. And as a matter of fact, let's switch to the traditional candlesticks to show you guys this example. Because some people use the Heikin-Ashi candles, some people use the traditional candles, right? So let's look at this area right here. Let's look at this area right here of potential trades, okay? So this is considered to be a range, but you can still trade a range. Just stick to your same core principles of why you would go into a trade, okay? So one thing we noticed, the 200 period moving average, price is trading below. So you know I'm only looking for sales. I am only looking for sales, okay? Now, I also want price to come back into this 36 period moving average right here to give me a trade, right? I want price to be bouncing off some level of support and resistance. You can either use an indicator to automatically place your support and resistance on, or in another video, I'll show you guys how I draw in support and resistance when you have to do it manually. And I also would like price to be giving me the right momentum signal in terms of which direction to trade. And we look at momentum down here. So when you have this strategy, when you use this strategy, this is simply how I trade the new level strategy. You can see why new level has a very high success rate, right? So let's look. So we know we want to be taking sales. So buying, now you can counter trend trade sometime, but this is just the basics of new level. So you know buys are out of the question. We're not buying in this pair. Okay, we're only looking for sales. So the next thing you want to do is you want price to fall below the 36, and then you want a good trade set up. So you want price to bounce back up into this 36 period moving average right here. Because you don't want to buy, you don't want to sell at the low of the move. You want price to come back and give you a discount. Give you a discount or a reason to go into the trade. So price came back to this 36 period moving average. And then you had momentum. Let's look at our momentum. You had momentum that traded below this 50. Okay? So the 50 could be a level as well. 50 level. Once it breaks this 50, that simply confirms that the momentum is down. Right? So price traded below the 50. And if you draw your line here, this is where we want to see price breaks below this 50, right? Price closed below the 50 right after this candle right here. So here we want to trade down to this level right here of support is when we start getting a little antsy to see if price is going to break this level. You can also come out of the trade. So the stop would be behind this level. And we'll do another video on stop loss placement, right? And then you want to just trade it down to here. Trade it down right here. Then if you're not comfortable with staying in the trade, you can come on out, right? But as you can see, I'm using my indicators here based on price. When this candle right here closed, when this candle closed, it pushed this momentum down. So that confirmed that price wanted to go lower, right? This doesn't happen, this momentum move doesn't happen if this price doesn't push this candle down. Price doesn't go down. Because again, like I started the video, price is what moves all of these indicators, except for the support and resistance indicator. That's called this indicator right here is set before price moves. This is called, indicator that's based on previous price action, right? So if you come back to this level right here, where price actually came to this 36, and let's say bounced off this level right here, if you go back and look at this level, you will see this was a level already. The price already bounced off this level. So this was a level already, right? So guys, that's how you use indicators. That's the correct way to use indicators. You wanna know how to read your indicators. You wanna have indicators that work well with each other. So you don't want to have indicators that show on the same, because you wanna build an algorithm. You wanna build your own algo in terms of what you look for to actually go into a trade. And then once you understand your indicators, you understand what price is doing, it makes trading that much easier. I know a lot of people think, just Forex is a scam, trading is a scam. A lot of these things are scams, but they only seem like scams to the people that don't want to take the time out to learn and understand how to trade, right? It's easy to push a button, but you want to understand why you're pushing the button at this time. So guys, if you like this video, if you learn anything from this video, feel free to not only like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. I drop a lot of jewels on this channel. I'm just a trader just like you. There's nothing special about what I do. I'm just committed to trading because I love trading. I've been trading now for 7 going on 8 years. I've done really well in trading. I continue to do well in trading. I continue to get better with my trades. So I hope this content that I'm giving you guys, at some point, you find value and it helps out with your trading. Okay? Alrighty. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Forex King.